This video will assist graduate students in using and locating databases in which to find peer-reviewed journal articles. As with all library resources, begin your quest at the library's homepage. If you are not here, simply go to any UNCP page, click Quick Links, select Library, and you'll be brought to this page. Unlike searching Primo, the databases are located under Resources. Click there, then click Databases. We have arranged our databases both by subject and by title. I suggest you go under Database Subject to determine what databases are related to your topic. Now, usually what I recommend do is you go under the item that fits the group courses you're selecting. Most MPA people will be going under Public Administration and choosing additional databases that are related to their subject area, such as if they're doing an MPA in healthcare or health services, you'll probably want to search some of the nursing and medical databases, maybe even some of the health and human performance databases. The same is true with the MAT people who are doing Masters of Arts in Teaching and Social Studies. You may be in education databases, but also history databases, the MAT in English, education, and the literature databases. So please remember that. Databases are basically indexes and repositories of full text. Not every database will be full text. Sometimes you'll see links where you'll have to go out to find the content, the full text content, and I'll show you several examples of that. And I'm going to begin by looking under education. All of our databases pages are set up, the subject databases are set up the same in that we put our best bets in up top. These are librarian selected, and then underneath we have other useful databases. I'm going to show you two database families real quick. The first one is the ProQuest family. It's under Education Database. At this point, if you're off-site, you'll be asked to log in using your Canvas Brave Web username and password. Now, in here in ProQuest, notice it brings up here. When you have a database and we get multiple databases from this family, usually there is a link up here to add additional databases. Right now for here, I have to click the little arrows here and then click Change Databases. And I can add other databases. And again, this will depend upon your topic, what you're doing. And you see there is a long list of databases here. And you can select that. And any of those that are underneath this ProQuest Central, if you select ProQuest Central, it automatically selects everyone under it. See, ProQuest Central is a huge database within itself. Sometimes it is easier just to search certain parts of it, so you do not get duplicate or needless results. So you just be aware of that. And once you select your databases, just put Use Selected Databases, and it'll bring you to a search screen. And then you can type in your search. I have done one, information literacy, or let me do library instruction. Graduate students. And I can do a search here for that. Click search. I get 165,000 items. And here I can limit down to peer-reviewed items. Most of your academic research will be in peer-reviewed articles. Notice that'll take me down to 38, almost 39,000. If I want to limit by date, because graduate library instruction from the 1870s will not help me, I can simply use the date slider to move it up within, say, the last 10 or 12 years. Click Update. My results should go down, and I have them. Now, what you can do in this database is when you add items, you can add items to a folder. See, my folder is up here. I had been in this database earlier today and didn't remember that I was here, and it still kept my items. I can add items to a folder and then email them all at one time. I can also cite all the items at one time in this database. If I click on Cite, notice it will give me my citations. Also notice that the citations are not always correct. Anytime you get a citation from a database, verify it against a style guide because nothing should be in all caps. Sometimes also items are not capitalized that should be. So be sure and take a look at that when you do this. And again, I can copy this and paste it into a bibliography. If I want to email these articles, email, it'll tell me all 6. I can select a citation, tell it I wanted to include citations, select the proper form because there's a huge list here in this database, put my email address in, give it some heading that I will know what it is because everything otherwise will come in as library or as my ProQuest research, and you do not want that. Give it a heading you'll recognize. Have to say I'm not a robot and continue. Now notice this folder up here. This is a temporary folder. If I want to sign in and save items to save my searches, I click on the little human icon and click on sign into my research, or if I haven't created an account, I can create one. So that is how that works in ProQuest. If you have any questions about this, I have other videos about using these databases, and they're located on our library off the electronic resources pages at the bottom. You'll see library help videos, how-to videos. Click that. But that's a little bit about the searching the ProQuest database family. Now I'm going to close this database, go back to my electronic resources page here, my education subject page, click on education source, and go into a different database family. You see it looks different, different toolbar, different coloration. And if I want to add databases here, I click on choose databases, scroll through the list and find the ones I want to add and add them. Now in this database, if you want to know what a database is about, you hover over the information icon at the end and you'll get a brief overview of the database. In this database family, I know there is another education database called ERIC. And if I'm doing my library science question, I'm going to add in this library science and information database. Typically, and you see my education source is also checked. Usually when I'm doing education, I also select APA PsycInfo and PsycArticles. And you will see that they are listed also. Here's ERIC, PsycArticles, and PsycInfo listed here. I click on OK, and then I just add in my search terms. In this database, when I start typing in my words, notice it'll come up with hints, with suggestions. I can click on a suggestion and add that. And we'll add in graduate students. Click search. Remember how many I had in the other database? In this one, I have roughly 1,150. It is because it is searching a smaller pot. And I can limit to peer-reviewed. I can limit to my dates by using the date slider. And I still have over 500 items. The items here, you can see they're available full text, and it will take, because I have ERIC selected, it will take me into that item. Here's one that has no full text. Here's one that has full text available and also full text from ERIC. Typically what I do when I do searches with any of these items, I can click here on a title to get an overview of the article, descriptors, abstract, that kind of information. And if I want to add it to a folder, I can add it to a temporary folder by clicking Add to Folder. Go back to my results list and add other items to my folder. Now, usually I would not add this full text at UNC Pembroke to my folder because what I want to do, I only add stuff that I know that is full text and that I can get associated with this email. If I'm going to have to look this article up because it's not available full text in this database, I'm going to go ahead and do it now. I'm either going to find the full text, or as you see, request item. If you click on request item, it will take you into our interlibrary loan screen where you can create an account or log in and go ahead and request the item. But before I request that item, I am going to use this full text at UNC Pembroke link. In this database, the full text finder actually works. Notice it has taken me back into Primo and has said that this article should be in this database. I click on the link, it brings up the article. I can download it, I can save it to a flash drive, and I can email it. One of the things I always do, no matter if I email, if I save articles, if I print them out, if I download them to my flash drive or hard drive, is I always email them to myself. Flash drives fail. Hard drives live strange and dangerous lives. They get dropped. They go through washing machines. They get run over by cars, get dropped in parking lots, get left in computers, all sorts of bad things. So you would hate for that to happen to your research to be destroyed. So email your items to yourself as well as a backup. So that's how you would do that from this database. Also, I can go, remember how in ProQuest we could create a permanent folder? Again, this is a temporary folder. If you click on Sign In, you can create a more permanent account. Notice I've already clicked one because I've saved my username and password. I can go in here and save the items, create subfolders. I can even save searches so I will not have to replicate my search at a later date and time. All this is helpful information. Most databases will have some form that will allow you to sign in and save some aspect of your work. But that just allows you to save items once you get into that database. If you say, okay, I saved items in my EBSCO folder, and I'm just going to Google EBSCO and go into it that way without going through the library site because I have a username and password, that will not work. You must go through the library site. The library site authenticates you as belonging to UNCP. If you just Google it, it doesn't know you from Adam. So please go through the library site to access resources. That is why if you Google from off campus and find peer-reviewed journal articles that the library may have access to, except if you're just Googling those going in from off-site, it will ask you to pay for them. Never pay for an article when you are affiliated with a college. Most colleges will have, you can go through their databases or go through their interlibrary loan system to find those articles. So never pay for an article. Never pay. And the interlibrary loan aspect, click here, comes up, log in, and it fills the information in for you. That's a little bit about database searching here in these two databases. Again, the other databases basically work the same. They'll look a little different, but it works basically off of keywords. Please do not type full sentences in or research questions. You will get very few results, if any. So please break it down into your most useful keywords. And if you have trouble, always there is on the database subject pages this information about Ask a Librarian. Also over off the Ask a Librarian page, there should be that information here too. And also at the bottom of this page is those how-to videos. And a complete listing is listed here. So if you have any questions or any problems, please contact us. Thank you.